Hey everybody. Today I wanted to really talk to you about the question that some of us have and wonder because we have emotional feelings. Emotional feelings is the same thing. So we have emotions that kind of set us off. And we're like, man, I've just been stressed about this and this is just making me feel like this. Maybe I have post-traumatic stress disorder. So I wanted to give you just a little bit of insight on what do you have stress? Or do you have post-traumatic stress disorder? So the key differences between stress and PTSD is stress is it's a natural response to pressure. We all feel it. Every single human feels stress. And it naturally just fades away with rest or time off. Now, post-traumatic stress is a trauma response that lingers, right? It impacts your sleep. It impacts your mood, relationships, and even your sense of safety. If you're not feeling safe because you're hypervigilant or you think things are happening or you're always in that alert mode, these could be signs of post-traumatic stress disorder. And PTSD is often involves kind of a re-experiencing the trauma. So if you've been through a traumatic experience or you've been through an experience through somebody else, these can also be signs that you may be living with post-traumatic stress disorder. So you have, avoiding reminders. You avoid places, people, situations that are going to cause you to rethink. Maybe you're hyper alert. Maybe you're feeling numb. So some of these things are kind of just triggers or alarm systems that are going to go, hey, check into this. Check into this. So here's some first responder red flags that you may be having, right? Flashbacks or nightmares about calls that you've been on. Irritability, anger, withdrawing from the family. I know I felt like that when I was diagnosed or even prior to being diagnosed. I was like, man, I feel like this and I just don't get it. So I had to seek help. Constant scanning of surrounding, trouble sleeping, emotional shutdown. Do you feel any of those? Right? These are things that I want you to begin to kind of ask yourself, because when you bring that self-awareness into your life, that is when you're able to kind of begin to rebuild it. Maybe you feel like you're always on, even when you're off duty. You're always aware. Now, understanding these early recognition is going to give you a leg up, right? It's going to give you that awareness. You're like, you know what? I should start kind of working towards a life because I know that this journey is going to be an interesting one for me, right? PTSD doesn't mean you're broken. All it means is your brain is protecting you. And it's been protecting you so well that you're stuck in defense mode. And that's not a negative thing. That's something that you just need to bring awareness to and begin to work on. Now, catching post-traumatic stress disorder early, it's going to prevent a deeper burnout. It's going to prevent fractured relationships, because I know from experience that PTSD can really ruin some relationships that you have. And if you catch it early enough, you're going to save some of these relationships and even long-term damage. So my friends, I want to give you a little exercise, just a quick one. And it's gonna, I don't know if you've seen it before or if you've done it, and I trust that you have, if it's something that you've seen. And it's the, do I have PTSD questionnaire. So take 10 minutes. Don't judge your answers. Just be honest with yourself. Circle anything that shows up more than once a week, because my friends, you're not diagnosing yourself. You're turning on a flashlight. You're seeing what you'll discover within your life, and if it's something that isn't going to help you. And then bring what you uncover, right? Show yourself, okay, maybe I do have post-traumatic stress disorder. Maybe I'm just under a lot of stress. Maybe I need to speak to somebody. Maybe I just need to do a peer check-in, right? These little things are going to help you to figure out where you are in your journey and what steps you need to take to move forward. So I'll put a link below. Go ahead and download that. It's going to help you, my friends. It's going to help you give that next step. It's going to lay that foundation for the journey to either go one way towards post-traumatic stress disorder recovery, or it's going to go another way where you're just going to have to kind of learn to handle some stress a little differently. But either way, you will have a diagnosis and you'll have an understanding in your life.